Okay, so next we're going to take a look at a party game called Broad Lines. Broad Lines is a kind of Pictionary illustrations style game where you're trying to get a word and you're trying to get people to guess that word by drawing. But here's what's different about it. You can only draw 2 straight lines or 1 curve. All right? Sounds good, right? But here's the rub. You have got to draw it on a transparency that's put on the sketch pad, and then somebody else will draw another time 2 lines or a curve, and kind of add it to yours. So the person who's guessing is looking at it, and then you add a couple more lines or a curve to it, and then you have to kind of gauge, because you can't hold it up there and know where to draw. So a lot of times when you put those lines or curve, you're doing it here, you put them on there, they end up being in the right place or wrong place, normally the wrong place, and moving all around. So that's the thing, and it's really hard to put those transparencies on there and put it on. But here's a couple of other things. They only get 2 attempts at a guess, right? So they can't just keep guessing it until they get it. It's 2 attempts. You get a couple attempts at a guess, to guess it, to get it right. And the other thing is the words aren't simple things like house. They're words like spruce, ostrich, scaffolding, portico, wheat spike. I mean, it's like, what? So that itself, it's honestly, it's one of those that when we brought it out, it's cute. It got some laughs at the beginning, but I can't imagine this hitting the table very often at all. I like the idea of it, but the transparency, I think there's like 25 transparencies. And that's kind of the timer and how many transparencies it takes to get you, once you get to the end of that, how many cards you've gotten through and guessed on and you've gotten. So, but then also the more transparencies you put on, the further back those first drawings are, and it starts to become more and more jumbled. It gets to where after you've drawn your 4th or 5th, everyone has at least attempted to add every detail you could to make it better, but it just becomes kind of this conglomerated mess or something. I like the idea of it. The reality of it is not good. There's a lot better party games out there. There's a lot better drawing games out there. So this was the big miss for me. I give this a 4. So you might feel differently. I think it's a cute idea. I think execution leaves a lot to be desired. That is Broad Lines, and I give that a 4.